took our jobs. Yeah, they took our jobs. They did. Well, they took our jobs.
Brink of a shutdown for the first time since 1960, with some of its biggest actors likely to join a strike by scriptwriters. The Screen Actors Guild says deals have not been reached with studios and streaming services. They're demanding more royalties and safeguards around the use of artificial intelligence to preserve jobs. Well, Gina Yashavez, an executive producer and comedian, she's been on strike as a writer for 2 months, and since last night she's striking as an actor too. Gina's in Los Angeles and with us live. A warm welcome to you. So you've talked in the past about your long battle for recognition in the UK and then the US. You're now, of course, successful, a well-known actor and writer. So why are you striking?
Because the industry is changing and inflation has gone up and our pay is not going up in line with the industry changes. With network TV, you're able to get paid properly for your work and residuals, which are royalties. That has not happened since the streamers have come in because they've not basically been held to the same account as the network TV. So basically, you can make a TV show, it can be watched by 50 million people around the globe, and these streamers can send you a check for 29 cents as a royalty because there is no transparency. They don't have to tell you how many people are watching and how much money they're making from the show. So our money has gone down exponentially over the years, while the streamers and the executives at the top of these studios are making millions and billions of dollars.
And this isn't, of course, just about base pay and residuals or royalties in the streaming era. It's also about getting guarantees that your work and the work of writers won't be replaced by artificial intelligence. What conversations are currently happening in places like Hollywood to safeguard human talent?
Well, we're trying to safeguard it. The studios don't seem to be interested in safeguarding the future of the people that create the stuff that makes them the billions of dollars. You know, we're not against technology. We're against using our intellectual property to feed into the sausage machine that is AI. You know, to train the AI, you're going to have to feed information into it. And what they're doing is for writers specifically, they're going to want to feed our scripts, our intellectual property into AI. And whatever rubbish it spouts out of the other end, then they'll get maybe one writer to make it look like a human actually wrote it. And that's what they're trying to do. So that, you know, all we want is safeguards of them stealing our work and not paying us for using our work to train this robot in order to put us out of work. And for actors, now they can put the face of anybody on anybody's body to make any kind of movie. So basically what's going to happen is that there'll be less and less work for actors, and people's images can be used without their consent. And this is what we're trying to safeguard against.
And there are, of course, huge implications also for who potentially, as you say, owns the rights to people's images, to their voices. But what specifically, in terms of law, are you looking for in terms of safeguards?
Well, we just want to that. I don't want anybody using my image without my knowledge, without being at least remunerating me for that. There should be.
They took our jobs. Yeah, they took our jobs. They did. Well, they took our jobs. They took your jobs. They took your jobs too. They took our jobs. They took your jobs. They took your jobs. Took your jobs.
But then the people from the future came along, and now we're out of work too. Oh, they took our jobs!
They took your jobs! They took your jobs! They took your jobs!
Oh, but that's the problem. Those goobacks are taking our jobs.
You're goddamn right. These people from the future are taking all the work away from us decent present-day Americans. They took our jobs! They took our jobs!
All right, Redneck, your rebuttal?
They took our jobs! They took our jobs! Hey, that's right. If there is...
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto this life foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show, Lord. I want to be edified to the point. I wanted to hit this up through the spirit. Brother had sent something just to add to the equation. And what you see right here is an episode on Black Mirror. All right, season 6. I would have put a clip in it, but, you know, I don't want to get this video to be taken down. I just want to hit certain points, and just go from there. So this particular episode on Black Mirror is basically on the notion what everything is going on with AI technology, which AI means artificial intelligence. Now, the artificial intelligence is what they're doing to mimic everything that a person does do. That's why you have these cameras that's on the phones, voice activated. There's a lot of things that's going on. A lot of the great deception is going on. People's voices being used and people's likeness. And that's what this episode was about. It's about people's likeness. And to me, it was a dope episode for season 6, episode 1 of this particular show. Because it fell off from season 5. And this particular episode pretty much shows you what's going on right now. Now, there's a strike in Hollywood, which, like, who cares? What does it have to do with prophecy, right? Well, looking at this episode and putting everything together, this is exactly how they're going to get brothers out there and falsify people saying things or doing things that you ain't gonna do. All right, this is the great deceivableness, and this is also gonna take more jobs out of the equations. All right, more jobs is gonna be out of the equation when this thing happens. So this is not far to imagine when they're gonna come and say, "Oh, you said this or you did this," and you never said anything, you never did anything. This is part of that great deceivableness, and this is all part of Esau's wickedness. All right, couple scriptures, Matthew 24, because you always think like, okay, why would they? Obviously people gonna snitch on people and do this, that, to the third. But why all of a sudden people just gonna turn on people? Yeah, the pressure would be on. But what if they sit there and say, "Oh, this man is a terrorist, or he did this, he did that," and you ain't do shit? Okay, they will use your image without your permission, with your voice, everything, and make it seemingly looking like it's you, and you probably wasn't even there. All right. And that's how they're going to get a lot of people. It says, Matthew 24 and 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated all nations for my name's sake. Because what we're doing out there in the highways and byways changes lives. It changes people's perspective of everything. All right? And truly, these people don't have no power over us. But the way things are going, the Lord's going to allow this devil coming down with great wrath, all right, to do certain things. And it says, "And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another." And what's going to cause that? Just because we just speaking the word? Yes. But also, what if you see a particular man that you think is part of the movement and so forth, and does something extreme? All right, this is how this man's gonna get down. All right, this is exactly how Esau, Edom, is gonna get down. A lot of great deception, because that's part of his MO. That's part of his gift. All right, what it says, Revelations 20:8, I believe. It says, "And he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth." So when deceive the nations out, through the Spirit. I seen a documentary a while back, and it basically said about the Mossad, which is supposed to be the CIA of that welfare state, Israel, and they have a slogan, which it says, to deceive by any means. So this man is an expert at deceiving. Okay, he uses whatever it takes to deceive his way into anything. He's a natural born liar. Psalms 2 comes in mind. I don't know why. Psalms, is it 59 and 1? I can't remember. It's 58. Psalms 58 and 1. It says, "Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do you judge uprightly, O sons of men? Yet in your heart you work wickedness and weigh violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." So this man's a liar. He's a master of it. And that's what this whole artificial intelligence is all about. When you break it down, artificial, art-like intelligence, which means, I believe I did look it up. The intelligent part, matter of fact, let's just look it up real quick. The etymology of intelligence. I think it says genius. You know what the regular word, but there's a good definition behind that. The etymology of intelligence says meaning superior understanding, strategies, or quality of intelligent as early intelligence, understanding, knowledge, power of discerning, art, skill, taste, discerning, appreciative, present of intelligent, understanding, comprehend, come to know. So it's all about knowledge. It's come to know. So the art that's going to imitate a form of intelligence, a form of the likeness of man. All right, man had to be created first, then they're diluted to be matched up. So people have been accustomed of seeing things on television or hearing things, and they'll do it themselves. That's why you have stupid things on, what was it, TikTok, whatever. They'll put people that have ears, animal ears, and so forth, and they think it's just cute. It's something. No, they're taking your image and make it however they want it to be. So with this technology, it's gonna take images of individuals and make them seemingly, with their mannerism and their understanding and so forth, seemingly that they did something, and they have not done it. All right, so that's a part of the great deception. What was the next scripture come in mind? Slakia. Oh yes. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9 or 8. Well, 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. And that's part of his lying wonders. Yeah, we of course is talking about like major things like Project Bluebeam, but before Project Bluebeam came about, you have things of green screen. A good movie. Damn, what is this? The tip of my tongue. Wag the Dog. Great movie. Not great movie as in good acting and so forth, but it was a great movie in far as explaining how the government and these so-called intelligent people use their technology to move the minds of the people, to make them feel sorry of individuals, why country should go to war. All right, they know how to move people's emotions when they see things. Oh, another thing, Disney, how great is that demonic place is at. Not it's for sale. So there's a lot of things that's going on that seemingly it may not look like it's major, but it is major. Because if they're gonna go this far to go on strike, and a lot of these actors are useless, and they know that power, that spell that they had over the people is pretty much diminished. All right, that light is being smothered because the people can see right through it. That's what that lady was talking about. The guy was asking about the young actors and so forth. They should be mad because you can't be. So all these dreams of making it in this society, every means of making it is being closed up right now. All right, this is the final steps of this new world order, the final steps of Esau, because a lot of people that has aligned themselves with the system is about to lose everything. The scriptures tell you about what? The covenant of death. Okay? So the working, when you look up the word work, I believe it's working. Oh yeah, it is working. Working, efficiency, which is a Greek word for energy or energia. It says in the New Testament, use only of superhuman power, whether of God or of the devil. So that's working is also part of their miracles. All right, their miracles is that lie, and their miracles is gonna be in the form of the AI. It's gonna take everything from everybody. All right, by deception, the world has been accustomed, and by deception, it's gonna be taken down. It says with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them, that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. A great movie also, the movie They Live, with Piper. I forgot the other guy's name, Keith something. He'll come to me, but it showed you that everything that you've been told is a lie. Everything has been subliminal messages. And we're surrounded in a society that pushes subliminal messages. And if they get to this point right now, that means that they're about to wrap things up. Proverbs 6, I believe it's 16. No, Proverbs 6 and 12. So a naughty person, wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth, winketh with his eyes, speaketh with his feet, and teaches with his fingers. Because that's all you see in Hollywood. Hollywood comes from is it two words. Hollow, all right, which means holy or sacred, and the wood. So it's just a wand. So Hollywood is where all the great spells has been pushed on the people. All right, and it's full of messages and subliminal messages, which is conscionable messages and predictive programming. This is why you have an episode of South Park talking about they stealing our jobs. Because that's what you call predictive programming. Because a lot of these people are going to lose their jobs. All right. And they don't mind because it's over. The whole spell, the whole dream, this American dream, it's over. Okay? It's fucking over. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. It says, 12:2. While the sun or the light of the moon. Matter of fact, we go to 1. Remember now the creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the moon or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, because this spell it lost its 2020 did a number on all sides. A lot of things was realized, and a lot of things couldn't go. The genie is out the bottle, and the real people started to see the cracks in the system. Like that movie Dark City. Great movie as well. A lot of movies with subliminal messages was telling you subconsciously what's going to happen. All right? So this darkness that people have been under, and to continuously stay in darkness, it's over. All right? It's over. It says, no, the clouds return after the rain, and the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. So what is the keeper of the house? A householder. All right? A person that's maintaining whatever the agenda is being pushed. And the agenda that was being pushed for a long period of time is freedom, to live your dreams, become an artist, and do all this other nonsense. But now all of them is losing their jobs. You got hip hop artists. There was a thing of AI rapping. All right. There's also this famous dead artists, Tupac, Biggie, whatever, a whole bunch of other. All of a sudden coming out with new music, which is really nothing but an AI using their voice. So they don't need the personnel as you see them. So all this is coming to an end. All right. But there's going to be a time when the keepers of the house, which are the people that's monitoring, making sure everything's going in order, is going to tremble because the people is going to take matters into their own hands. It says, and the strong man shall bow themselves and the grinding cease. What is another form of saying grinding? Jobs. All right. Jobs are ceasing. Because they're not saying it, but we feel it. But this is beyond a recession. We in a depression. All right. We in a Great Depression. They don't want to say those words. So they're going to keep playing around while everybody loses whatever assets that they have. And you can't find a decent job to keep you functional, all right? Because everything's too goddamn high. This is because there are few, and those that look at the windows be darkened, which is the future. The future is darkened. There's no future for this place. Isaiah 19:14, it says, the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit, this whole woke movement, all right? That's another form of a perverseness, which perverseness, when you look it up, it means decaying or distorting, a distorted spirit, which throughout the process of the years has been destroying the soul of this whole system. All right, in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err, which means error. Okay, because this is modern day Egypt. Remember Egypt, they great magicians with the magi's. All right, casting spells on the people. The same thing that America has done. And all these spell casting is causing this error. Now the error is coming back on everybody. What you think is good or futuristic or the evolution of man has come that detrimental or the destruction of man. This is in every work. So whatever avenue, housing, property owning, you could invest your stuff in stock market. Everything that is made in this system is collapsing right before us. That's what all these errors is causing. All right, everything that is being done. As a staggering man. No, as a drunken man staggereth in his own vomit, which is disgusting. So no matter, so you think you you clean here, you clean there, it doesn't matter. Vomit is vomit. It's disgusting. It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do, and that's what they're crying about. You have the actors and the actresses. All right, you have the screenwriters. You got the people that's the directors, all right, but who's making most of the money? The investors, the people that's on top, and they don't need those personnel. They don't need the people as they once had. They don't need those great actors. They already have the likeness of those people, and people are signing their rights away, and they're using their images to continue. So all this is coming around, man. It's all coming around. They're gonna use. That's why this particular episode right here. Where's I? This particular episode, I highly recommend it. It's called Joan is Awful. All right. It's kind of, it's seemingly it's bugged out, but when you really watch it and you look at what's going on, it makes sense that everything that we once knew is going away. Everything that the Lord says is going to happen is happening. Babylon is falling in all aspect of business, all aspect of things. There's nothing of Babylon that's going to remain. All right. Revelations 18 chapter tells you, and because I did the show last week, especially about music. All right. Everything in this America is a hub of all forms of entertainment, all forms of spells, all forms of wickedness. All right. And all these things. We have Hollywood here in America. You have Bollywood. You got I think it's Nigerwood. Bollywood is East Indians. And you have another form. So each different region of the earth have a different form of their Hollywood. That's the wine that the nations have drunken. And what is being pushed? The evil spells, the propaganda, witchcraft. Okay, which this particular episode is really about. Witchcraft. Alright? So they're going to use witchcraft in order to get brothers. They're going to use witchcraft to make... And they're going to... They were supposed to falsify... They're going to falsify the coming of the Lord. Alright? So this man he's working on a high level. He has no other choice. He's going to have to work. He's working overtime. So with that being said, I don't want you brothers edify. Shalom to the elected nations. Shalom.